Hi, today we will be discussing Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I loved this book. Oh my gosh, this book was fantastic. Okay, the only bad part is Liam was not in it till like halfway through. I like Liam. I wanted Liam to be in it more. But what you gonna do? Jump into this book, shall we? I would probably give this a 4 out of 5 stars. Roughly 4, maybe 4.5-ish. Because there were parts where it was kind of really slow, especially I felt in the beginning and because it felt totally different from The Darkest Minds. The main theme of this book, apparently there's this flash drive. We don't know what's on this flash drive till later on in the book, but there's this flash drive and we need it somehow. Well, we meet Liam's older brother, Cole, and I'll admit, I actually really liked Cole's character. I liked who his character was. I think he's kind of a great guy. I feel like he's one of those people who, like, he's really nice if he wants to be, but he can be mean and angry if he needs to. And so Cole was captured, but now he's back in the league, and they're trying to figure out this flash drive. And Ruby has to search Cole's memories for this flash drive. I'm thinking, what is on this flash drive that Cole does not want Ruby to find? Because they want to find this flash drive. Well, Ruby has to go into his memories and see when he last saw it, but that would put Liam in danger. So she's going through memories, she sees it, so he lies, which I'm glad, because you could tell Cole does not want them to find out the truth behind this flash drive. All through the book we hear the league is not what it used to be, and so I'm thinking what was on that flash drive was very important information that could have really changed the league, and if it got into the wrong hands, the league is corrupt, okay? Most of the leaders want the league basically for their own reasons, and they want to get rid of the kids, not save them. They want the kids who have these powers to look like monsters the government tries to make them look like. Ruby is sent on this mission to Boston. In that mission she escapes. She has to escape to go find Liam to get whatever's on this flash drive, because they're going to use that information on the flash drive to help put the league back together and show the truth about what's in these camps and the reasons behind them. But Ruby knows Liam has this flash drive, so she got to find him. So she cuts out her tracker and leaves. Well, the problem is Jude finds her, and Jude was like an annoying little brother to me for most of the book. He just reminded me of that. But anyways, he tags along with Ruby. Well, my question is, why isn't Ruby cutting out his tracker? Because they could easily trace him down and find them. And then they get into like this riot kind of mob thing, and that's when their cover is blown because Jude kind of freaks out, grabs a light post when the police start to get involved in this riot, and the electric units just blow up, and now Ruby and Jude are now taken in, and now they gotta get out before they go into a camp. And so that's when Jude uses his powers and shuts off the car and electric. See, Jude, he kind of is very vulnerable. He's very too optimistic. He thinks, oh, that truck driver said he was gonna help us, when in fact the truck driver probably would have turned them in for a cash reward. And see, Ruby hasn't programmed her mind. She programmed her minds, don't trust anyone, because they could always turn around and put you back in a camp. Throughout the book, there is a question of what caused IAN, and part of me thinks, is it the government? Would the government want to wipe out this generation? Was there something that was wrong with this generation that was so corrupt that the government formulated a disease to wipe them out? Because if that was the case, it would make sense, because think of it, it only targeted a certain age group. There's only a certain age group that got this disease. It's not like it was with adults and stuff, and it was only in America. It wasn't in Britain or China or any other country. It was only in America. So part of me wonders, something had to happen here. The government has some involvement in here, because then they put them in these, they're not really rehab camps, they're basically work camps. So I think the government has some involvement in this. I think we're going to find that out next books. And the question is, this totally throws off my theory about how the government targets a certain age group, because Cole has powers, okay? He is a red. I was not expecting that, okay? Because he apparently just missed the age cutoff for this disease, but he has it. And my question is, though, didn't Liam kind of suspect Cole had powers because he's his brother, and wouldn't he know if Cole had the disease that caused them? Or did Liam just not know? But I was expecting Cole to be maybe like a blue, a yellow, a green. No, he is a red, and that's kind of like, whoa, because reds and oranges are basically extinct. So the government tried to get rid of them first, and oranges and reds are like super powerful. But I don't know why Cole doesn't want Liam to know. Why? What is the point of that? I don't know if he thinks Liam would be scared scared of him all of a sudden. Or maybe he's scared if Liam knew, everyone else would know, so he kind of trying to keep the secret to himself because only a few people know about his ability, and I hope we find that out in the third book, more of why. I'm actually very interested in Cole's character. I want to read more about him because I feel like there's a lot more to him that we aren't getting out yet, and I really want to find that out. So after Ruby and Jude escape, they have to find a car, and Ruby goes into this mind of some lady and basically forces her to drive into a train station to buy them train tickets. It has Ruby's in this train station now. She sees on these tickets it says stay safe. So Ruby didn't really have a great grasp on this woman, but why would the woman help them? Is she sympathetic towards these kids who always have to run? Or did Ruby have a grasp on her, but the minute Ruby let her out of her sight to go get tickets, it broke? I'm not sure, but I kind of was very interested and wondering, why was this woman helping them? And then the bus driver. Let's talk about the bus driver. So the bus driver helps Ruby and Jude escape the train station, and she asks, why are you doing this to us? Why aren't you having no motivation to turn us in? Because I'm actually worth a lot of money. He says, I'm doing hopes because my grandson, Michael, was taken. But then later on in the book, we meet a Michael, and I'm wondering, is that the guy's grandfather? We never find out, and part of me was wondering, is Bella going off of Ruby's head at all? Like, oh wait, Michael. Like, there was a coincidence that we hear the same name twice in a book for different people. There has to be some relation here. Michael has to be the guy's grandson, and I don't know, we have to find that out. It was just kind of like a cliffhanger. They went into the warehouse of the Salvation Army, called the military, and then left, and then we never hear about them again. There has to be some way we're going to hear about those kids and Knox in the third book. Anyways, so Ruby and Jude and Vita find Chubbs, and he has a car, so they're driving, and Vita calls Jude a Nimrod, and Jude takes offense, is like, don't call me a Nimrod. And I just laugh at this part because Ruby, she's like, that name gets you upset? She's been calling you Judith for 2 months now. And I just laugh because I could totally see that. Like, Vita's totally calling Jude the wrong name, and he's like not caring. And then the minute he called her Nimrod, Ruby's like, really? You get upset by that? She hasn't even been calling you by the right name for how long? But it was interesting to see Ruby's old life and new life collide, because you have her new friends from the league and then you have her old friends together. And I'm really hoping, I'm hoping if they find Zoo. Wait, I hope Zoo's okay, because at the end of the book, the whole place gets bombed. Like, Los Angeles just gets bombed and there's nothing left. And Zoo said she was going to go to California, and I really hope Zoo's okay. That thought just occurred to me. I really hope Zoo is okay. Oh, come on. I feel like that would be an awful plot twist. I hope Zoo's okay. I love Liam's and Chubb's friendship. I love reading about the relationship. I feel like they have a really good friendship where what they say they mean it, and they can go by their word. I really like how that is, because especially in the world of the books, it's hard to trust a lot of people. A lot of people are in it for themselves. And Liam and Ruby get into that fight, and Liam says he wants to clear his head of Ruby. I am crushed. I just want to yell at Liam. Like, dude, she wiped your memory away. You really love her. Don't, just, But Liam always describes that he doesn't know why he likes Ruby. Just after the warehouse thing, Ruby is captured and she's injured. And then this guy, apparently him and a bunch of people are like living in the woods and stuff. He finds Ruby because he sees her on this tracker website, and he's like, oh, you're gonna be a good prize and stuff like that. Well, then when Rob comes, apparently he wants revenge on Ruby. Rob comes, he starts basically hurting her, and the guy who turned her is like, oh, I didn't know they would do that. I wouldn't have done. What do you think? Tell me, what do you think? When you see someone on a wanted website and they have a pretty good sum of money going for them, they're not going to be, okay, now could you please come with me? It is not going to go willingly. So why would you think that Ruby was just going to be taken nicely into a car and driven off to a camp? Well, why would you think that? Because she doesn't want to be captured, and they're not nice towards her, so obviously there's going to be a lot of conflict here. So why would you think that no one was going to get hurt? But then Ruby, all through the book, Ruby just like struggles with herself because she feels like a monster, because when she's in tight situations, she uses her power against people, and she doesn't do it painlessly. She makes sure they feel it. Like Rob, she was haunting him with all these memories of those kids he killed, and part of me thinks, okay, maybe she does go a little overboard, but then part of me thinks, when you're in those life or death situations, you gotta do what you can do to survive, especially if something like that. They finally escape, and so now they get this message on the chatter, Vita does, and it's about, come here, meet us here, and they're starting to think, this has to be a trap. Why would Chaos and change everything that if something wrong was not happening back at the League? And so they kind of set up a little trap of their own. So they go to the destination kind of expecting it to be a trap, and it is. We find out Clancy Gray is still alive, and there he's sitting at a Dairy Queen, and I didn't feel like Clancy was all himself in the book. He was very different from what he was in the first book. I wanted to punch Clancy. I don't like him. I don't know who likes him. I mean, people who like him, I don't know, but I don't like him. And he starts using his ability to threaten Vita so Ruby could give in to him. But then he finds out, Ruby's not this shy, intimidated person. No, she's not gonna kill him just for no reason. She's gonna kill him when he starts threatening to kill her friends. And so you can obviously see the major character development in Ruby, and that's what I really liked. But back to when they thought the message was intercepted, Ruby texts later Gator. It says, in a wild crocodile, and I'm pretty sure when Ruby was at the League, she said that to someone, they answered back to her in the same way. We find out though, because Clancy's like, because they're like, how did you get this link? And Clancy's like, oh, thanks to your good friend Nico. I knew something was up with Nico. I had to think something is up with this Nico kid. Like, he's kind of to himself, he's kind of shy, and obviously you think because he was in a science lab, so that could play a role in it also, but we don't hear much about him, but yet he's still a main character. And then we find out he's actually good friends with Clancy, and apparently Clancy's the one that got him out of that science lab, so he feels like he owes Clancy. And so I think we're going to find more about that in the third book. So Clancy says, well, I came to warn you that the League is gonna be attacked. Apparently, he intercepted their messages because apparently Cole and his gang weren't gonna attack the League. Like I said, there's other agents in there who are corrupt, who don't want the League to be what it originally standed for, and Cole was going to fight against that. But see, Clancy needed to get into the League to access these files, and we don't know what those files are. It's just of some woman we don't know, but until we find out it's his mother, and apparently his mother found the cure to IAN, and Clancy found out, and he went to find her, because Clancy was supposed to be the first test subject to get rid of the IAN, and he basically scrambled her brain. She can't remember anything because he wants to keep his powers because he's that selfish. You know, no one else wants their powers because everyone else feels this is what makes them strange, this is what makes them abnormal, this is what makes him a monster. But Clancy likes it, and because of his own selfish will, he's going to take away from everyone else. So he lies to Ruby and them, saying that they need you right away in the League, when that's not the case at all. They weren't supposed to come till tomorrow. So they try to free everyone from their dorms, and Nico's like, oh, Clancy's here, where is he? And Ruby's like, he's right here, why don't you see him? And Nico's like, no, I don't. Turns out Clancy now has become a figment of Ruby's mind to make her believe he's there, but he's actually down in the office destroying the files of the cure for IAN. And Ruby finds him, and Ruby takes him out, and then Clancy, he's like, oh, well, you're too late because I just killed your friends. And they're Chubbs and Liam laying dead, and I am crying. I'm like, no, this is not happening. I didn't believe Liam and Chubbs were dead. There couldn't be. Obviously, they get rid of all the bad guys, and so everything's like all nice and happy. Like I said, right, when you think characters find happiness, they don't. And so now they get out and they're in this tunnel, and dude is not there. He is not there. And Ruby's like, we gotta go find him. And so Liam and Chubbs goes to find him, and Liam and Chubbs don't come back around. I'm like, oh my gosh, did they die? Because I mean, if Liam and Chubbs die, I finished. I'm not reading the rest of the series. But turns out they do, but Jude is not there. Turns out Jude died, and I'm crying. Because like I said, I know I considered him one of those annoying little brothers. But after a while, I just kind of got used to him, and I actually kind of liked his character because he was so sweet all the time. And then he dies. I'm like, what? Why? And then Ruby just blames herself, and I just feel really bad. And then Clancy's alive. I'm like, really? Clancy gets to live and Jude dies? What's with this? Like, I mean, Jude was closer to freedom than Clancy was. He was stuck in a closet. And then he's like all laughing, like, ha ha ha, I destroyed the information. And let's talk about the ending, this cliffhanger. Let's talk about it. So, he's like, I destroyed the information. You're never gonna get it. And everybody's like, what? Oh my gosh. Like, they're pretty mad. And Ruby, I love how she leans down and she's like, this information? And it's like, end of book. What happens next? I don't know. So now we have this information. I'm wondering what's gonna happen now that we have this information. So now they probably have to find someone, and they gotta get to that ranch up in California. And probably then they're gonna make some plan. I think Cole and Ruby are gonna become better friends too. I think there's gonna be some rivalry between Liam and Cole. I just think. And I'm hoping we find Zoo. I hope we find out what happens. I really hope she's okay. Anyways, that is my discussion of Never Afraid by Alexandra Bracken. Please feel free in the comments below to comment your opinions, what you would rate. Thank you for watching. Bye!